skip it up and that up. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rich of Review Tech USA, and it's official, hell has just frozen over. In case you have been living under a rock, the gameplay footage you are looking at today is Diablo 3. This is the first Diablo I ever played. All I have to say is, dear God, this game is absolutely amazing. I was so skeptical of it. It totally didn't seem like my style, but I'm so glad people kind of hammered me to go pick this game up. It is fantastic, and it is so well done. 95% of what you do in Diablo 3 is done with the mouse, and that's kind of surprising. What's even more surprising is how intuitive it is and how flawless the controls are. You want to change what weapon you're using? You go to the bottom right corner of the screen, click inventory, you'll see your character standing facing you. You pull the sword down that he's holding, you take the sword you want to use, drag it back up to the character's hand, and boom, you have that sword 10 seconds later. You want to go fight a horde of enemies? You go click on them, and your guy walks over to him and starts swinging his sword. And you would think that would sound boring, but it's not. The gameplay is so intense and so much fun. And the visuals are really good. All the haters going around saying, oh, this is the best the PC has to offer. Do me a favor, don't judge the game by a heavily compressed 30 frames per second YouTube video. Go watch it on an actual gaming PC and then come back and talk to me. This game made me a believer in Blizzard and made me a big fan of the Diablo series. And if it can make a huge skeptic like me become a huge fan of this game, I'm sure many of you out there watching this video will enjoy it as well. I have 3 Diablo guest passes. I'm going to put up another video later on today and post the codes. Whoever gets them first could try the game out for themselves. Today's shout out goes to Cyborg Frankie 7. He sent me an awesome article on how a Ubisoft employee leaked a ton of crucial information about the Wii U. And there is some interesting stuff in the article, so let's get to it. So a developer claiming to be from Ubisoft Milan has posted a batch of Wii U related information on an Italian message board. This guy believes that the pricing of the Wii U will be between $350 and $450 US, and that the system will launch on November 23rd. Nintendo isn't even expected to release the price of the Wii U until after E3. Okay, so you ready for this list of Wii U information? Because it's a doozy. The first one, and this one is huge because it totally debunks my Wii U specs video. Oh well, life goes on, but the Wii U will support DirectX 11 and is already running Unreal Engine 4. The Wii U will support 2 touchscreen controllers. The console has 2 GB of RAM with 560 MB dedicated to the operating system. Rayman Legends, The Avengers, Assassin's Creed 3, and Just Dance 4 are on Ubisoft's Wii U schedule, with Killer Freaks from Outer Space set to arrive a few weeks after launch. There are currently multiple versions of the console with developers. Graphics are going to be powered by a Radeon 6770 chipset. If that is accurate, that is huge news. A 6770 is a pretty capable gaming GPU. Assassin's Creed 3 will run at 60 frames per second at 1080p compared to 720p on PS3 and Xbox 360. I'm also going to assume on the Xbox 360 and PS3 it's only going to be at 30 frames per second. Crytek, EA, and Valve are all working on the Wii U, which we kind of already knew. This is interesting though. Valve is working on a digital distribution platform and Portal ports. Let me tell you something, if Nintendo gets in bed with Valve, that will be a very good thing for them. The Wii U will support achievements just like the Xbox 360 and PS3. The Wii U's user interface will be customizable. The new button on the revamped Wii U controller has some link to the Wii Vitality sensor, and the trigger buttons on the back of the controller won't be analog. There's a couple other things here I skipped. I'll have a link to the article below in the description if you want to read everything. What do I think of all this leaked Wii U information? I think it's all great except for one thing. The upgrade to the DirectX 11 6770 GPU is fantastic. Assassin's Creed 3 running at 1080p at 60 frames per second, amazing. The fact that third-party developers are working on games for the Wii U, awesome. Nintendo debating selling the console for $450, That is a huge fail. Look, the $299 price point was unrealistic. The current generation consoles are still selling for that price. It's ridiculous that people are expecting Nintendo's next generation system to sell at current generation prices. That wasn't going to happen. But again, and I know I sound like a broken record, in today's economy, to come out with a new piece of hardware at $450 is suicidal. $400, people will be nervous, but it would still sell. But $450 Nintendo, you're committing suicide. Don't do it. So what's your take on all this leaked information? Are you excited that Nintendo upgraded the GPU to a DirectX 11 capable chip? And if the Wii U is actually priced at $450, would you still buy the console? Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me a link on either G2P or YouTube. And if I use your news story in a video, I will give you a shout out in that video and post a link to your channel in the description.